meeting with Prime Minister Prasad Bisesa. Defense Minister limits Vybz Kartel's itinerary ahead of his Trinidad concert, and the IDA condemns TH's political vindictiveness after latest court ruling. Good evening, I am Lavian Cupid. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Thursday, 15th May 2025. Now to our top story. Tensions are rising in Tobago's fishing community. Curtis Douglas, president of the All Tobago Fisherfolk Association, is urgently calling for a high-level meeting with Prime Minister Prasad Bisesa to end what he describes as decades of illegal fishing in Tobago's waters. This follows continued calls on the powers that be to safeguard Tobago's food security in April 2023 and past diplomatic efforts in November 2023 between Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. Douglas says foreign vessels, mainly from Venezuela and Barbados, continue to overfish flying fish stocks in Tobago's territory.
We are struggling for the last 20-odd years with the invasions of Venezuelans, Bajans, Indonesians in our waters. And what does that mean? That means quite clearly we have not enough protection, and they are even depleting our fish stock. And 3, there was not even a fish stock assessment that's been done.
Douglas says these illegal operators are using powerful fishing lights to lure and deplete fish populations, leaving local fishermen with shrinking catches and threatening Tobago's food security. He's proposing that any foreign nation fishing in Tobago's waters must first obtain a license, suggesting a baseline fee of US $3,000 for access.
And they continue coming into our waters without permission or with permission. We don't know. So we as a people and as an organization that have the sovereign interest and the legal responsibility to represent the fisher folks on the island, we are now calling upon it to have a meeting with the Prime Minister so that we can be able to treat with this.
He believes now is the time for real change under Prime Minister Prasad Bisesa's leadership, urging the new government to prioritize protecting Tobago's marine resources before it's too late. In a controversial move that's stirring headlines across the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago's newly appointed Defense Minister Wayne Sturge has ordered significant cuts to the media itinerary of Jamaican dancehall star Adidja Palmer, better known as Vybz Kartel, just over a week before the artist is set to hit the stage in Trinidad. Kartel is scheduled to arrive in TNT on May 26th for the long-anticipated One Caribbean Music Festival, which has been postponed to May 31st at the Queen's Park Savannah. Still, his visit won't be the media blitz fans expected. According to legal sources, Minister Sturge has blocked several high-profile appearances by Kartel scheduled for May 27 to 28, citing concerns over his influence on youth and the nature of his overturned conviction.
Kartel is scheduled to arrive in Trinidad and Tobago on May 26th for the long-anticipated One Caribbean Music Festival, now set for May 31st at the Queen's Park Savannah, Port of Spain, after a February postponement. But his visit won't be the media bliss fans expected. According to legal sources inside of the Ministry of National Security, Minister Sturge has blocked several high-profile appearances originally set for May 27th and 28th. These include a morning radio interview, a midday television feature, a press stop, a youth center visit, and even an official meet and greet with community leaders. Sturge has confirmed the restrictions, citing concerns over Kartel's influence on young people, particularly given the artist's criminal history and the legal technicality on which his murder conviction was overturned earlier this year.
Homeland Security, just like I guess Home Affairs in the UK, to deal with internal matters, so the police, prisons, crime, as from the perspective of what is happening locally, the internecine warfare, between different gangs and things like that.
This restriction follows on the heels of protests by religious and advocacy groups in Barbados last month against the controversial staging of a Kartel reggae concert on Easter Sunday. Kartel has been filling stadiums on his comeback tour, having been released from jail in Jamaica, where he was serving a life sentence for murder alongside 3 co-accused. This is Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
A full statement from Minister Sturge is expected soon. We take a break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
Do you think you know Premier League or Champions League football? What about international cricket or the IPL and CPL? How about NBA basketball? Well, now you can put your skills to work to earn some extra cash by betting on the games with TT Bet Arena. Simply go to our website, choose a sport you want to bet on, find the games and place your bets. And with your computer or mobile device, you can bet from anywhere. Just go to ttbetarena.com, sign up for a free account, make a deposit, and start betting. It's that simple. You can even qualify for our $2,000 sign-up bonus. We also have horse racing, plus live casino games where you can bet using TT dollars. And check our new Tobago location at 7B Milford Road, Crown Point. For more info, call or WhatsApp 494-0634. TT Bet Arena, the #1 sports betting company in Trinidad and Tobago.
Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. The Innovative Democratic Alliance is calling out the Tobago House of Assembly for what it describes as illegal recklessness and political vindictiveness following a recent industrial court ruling that found the THA wrongfully terminated 13 contract workers after the last election. Kimberly Mitchell has the details.
In a strongly worded media release issued on Tuesday, 14th May 2025, IDA political leader Dr. Denise Soyafat Angus accused the THA administration of abusing its power, wasting public funds, and targeting workers perceived to be aligned with the former People's National Movement administration.
The industrial court has confirmed yet again what we knew all along. And that is that this administration isn't just about wasting public money. They are abusing power, punishing people, and misleading the public.
Dr. Angus said that the court's ruling validates public concerns that the THA administration abused its power to unfairly target workers and settle political scores.
The court ruled that the Tobago House of Assembly wrongfully and unfairly fired 13 workers after the last election, instructing the THA to pay millions of dollars in damages.
The IDA leader also warned that the financial toll on taxpayers could grow even higher, pointing to 2 other legal matters still before the courts. She further stated that both cases mirror the circumstances of the 13 recently vindicated workers, and she expects similar multi-million-dollar outcomes.
But that is not all. Let us not forget that there are actually 2 more cases that we know about so far. One involving the CPEP workers in the Division of Community Development, and another involving staff from the Monitoring and Evaluation Unit in Infrastructure, both of which are in similar circumstances to the recent judgment. So we can expect that the THA will be called on to pay out millions more there too.
She also condemned the THA's plan to appeal the ruling, calling it a misuse of public funds that would only prolong the hardships faced by the affected families.
More millions in damages, more public money being wasted, and a cry every Monday morning from the THA that they have no money. But we all see where the money is going. And let us not forget that there have been other previous cases that they lost, and they're still going ahead with appeals. And so Tobago continues to be stagnant, all because of the arrogance and recklessness of this administration.
Dr. Angus said she fully supports the court's ruling and reiterated the call for compassionate leadership. Kimberly Mitchell, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Primary school students across Tobago are getting a unique civics lesson thanks to the Tobago House of Assembly Legislature's 2nd annual primary plenary school tour. Standard 4 and 5 pupils from all 42 primary schools on the island are participating in interactive sessions designed to teach them how the THA functions. The island-wide initiative, which runs from May 12th to the 20th, offers 30-minute classroom sessions focused on the structure of the assembly, the responsibilities of its members, and the importance of Tobago's electoral districts. The sessions also include mock debates to simulate the legislative process, helping students understand the conduct and procedures expected in real assembly sittings. Sophia Cooper, the Assembly Legislature's Special Programs Coordinator, said the goal is to make legislative history accessible and relatable to young people.
That's why it's in the form of a verse speaking experience.
Right.
So we expect the teachers and the parents to jump in at this point. And I'm sure that they will be learning along with the little ones. But the idea is, how do you capture that information in a way that's relatable to a 3 to 5 year old and get them to remember the content?
We want students to leave these sessions understanding how decisions are made in Tobago and how they can be part of that process as they grow, Cooper said. The tour is part of the THA's bicentennial celebrations marking 200 years of the chamber building. It also ties into the broader People's House initiative, which aims to increase public involvement in the democratic process. Selected students from this tour will be invited to attend a special sitting of the Assembly Legislature in June, an excellent opportunity to experience the Chamber's work up close. Women of Substance hosted an empowerment event celebrating International Day of the Boy Child. The event focused on encouraging young boys to explore their career aspirations and envision their future goals. The event featured several distinguished male speakers, including Kashif Wilson, a musician, Dion Mundi, a therapist and psychologist, Lieutenant Kwame Clark of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, and Assemblyman Wayne Clark, the area representative for Lambo Tobago lowlands. One of the key takeaways from the event was the importance of emotional intelligence. The Monday emphasized connecting with your emotions is vital, and as a male, it is okay to cry. Lieutenant Kwame Clark advised the boys to master your craft, but also stay in school and get an education. You never know when you might need something to fall back on. Assemblyman Wayne Clark shared personal stories from his upbringing, offering insights and lessons from his experiences growing up. You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme.
Well, I want a proper window for me house, yeah? I want no shake thing in my place.
Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces.
We get one wall on the side and we get one hole. You can put a window there, invent something, a window for put there.
At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style.
Well, me meet ya. Me don't know who I'm talking to, but I cousin Tofina tell me for call all you go get proper thing for put there. Me don't know.
Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business.
Driving? No, I ain't driving. I get a bus ticket. One of me pick me them go drop me down there. Must bring me down there. Russo Trace Springer down by the page down there.
Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products, it's about relationships. It's about you.
It's all about me? Who's your family? You know Edna and Dorka and them, you know them, but you resemble them Edward boy and them Edward people them you.
Tobago Glass Supplies, Russo Trace Spring Garden, telephone number 639-6266. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Welcome back. Winston Gypsy Peters has resigned as chairman of the National Carnival Commission, marking a significant leadership shift in the Trinidad and Tobago cultural landscape. His resignation, submitted on May 14th, comes just weeks after Michelle Benjamin was appointed Minister of Culture and Community Development. Peters, a respected Calypsonian and former Minister of Culture, had previously indicated that he intended to remain at the helm of the NCC until the end of his term in November. However, he confirmed his departure on Wednesday, stating that his decision was voluntary and made without animosity. His resignation follows a wave of changes across the Culture Ministry's portfolio. Several board members from key cultural institutions, including the National Academy for Performing Arts, Naparima Bowl, and Queen's Hall, have also stepped down in recent weeks. Davlin Thomas, the NCC's deputy chairman, also tendered his resignation, effective May 9th. Peters and Thomas expressed pride in their contributions to the commission and signaled a willingness to serve in other capacities. As of Thursday, the Ministry of Culture and Community Development has not issued an official statement on the resignations or announced replacements for the outgoing NCC leadership. In a major setback for reproductive health services in Trinidad and Tobago, the Family Planning Association says it may have to cut some of its critical programs due to a 53% drop in international funding. Executive Director Jill DeBoer says the shortfall stems from ongoing U.S. foreign aid freezes, initially triggered by executive orders under the Trump administration. In 2024, they received over $2.8 million in such funding. That figure is expected to fall to just $1.29 million in 2025. The TT government provides the association with up to $1 million annually, but only on a reimbursement basis, which they say is insufficient to cover the growing shortfall. The association's president, Rose Marie Bell Antoine, says they've already shut down their migrant support program and warns that more cuts could follow. They are now calling on corporate Trinidad and Tobago to step in and help preserve services that many rely on. The weather report is up next.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrell Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrell Springs. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Trinidad and Tobago's national deaf cricket team will play India in a groundbreaking international series from May 23rd to 29th at home. This will be the first ever international deaf cricket series in the Caribbean, hosted by the TNT Deaf Cricket Association. The Indian Deaf Cricket Association will tour TNT for 2 one-day internationals and 3 T20 matches. The one-day internationals will take place at the National Cricket Centre in Couva on May 23rd and 25th from 10 a.m., with the T20s bowling off at Queen's Park Oval from May 27th to 29th at 2 p.m. The series comes after years of planning and international coordination paused by the pandemic and fast-tracked thanks to a partnership with the Deaf International Cricket Council. The Indian team arrives on May 20th, covering its own cost. However, TNT's association is still working to raise $171,000 to stage the event. Now for a look at the weather update from the TNT Met office. Tonight is expected to be mostly fair despite a few showery spells, mainly after midnight. Tonight's temperature will drop to a cool 25 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, a few showery spells favoring the early morning and afternoon period will interrupt generally sunny, slightly hazy, and at times breezy conditions. Overnight will be generally fair. Daytime temperatures are expected to reach 31 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 34 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate with waves 2 to 2.5 meters in open waters and near 1 meter, occasionally choppy in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 5:39 and sunset at 6:18. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines. Tobago fishermen want a meeting with Prime Minister Passat Bissessa. Defense Minister limits Vybz Kartel's itinerary ahead of his Trinidad concert. And the IDA condemns TH's political vindictiveness after latest court ruling. I am Lavian Cupid. Thank you so much for joining us. Wishing you a great night.